Alright, welcome back to my first round of this month's REV GP. I'm running back Old Reliable, 4-color Constance. I guess there's slight edits. I removed one of the Vibrant Vengeances for another Around-Time Visionary because Vibrant Vengeance wasn't that great, I felt. Anyways, yeah, let's go. And my opponent's also on Consonance deck, although it's a Consonance deck with, it's a Consonance deck with blue instead of red, I think. Otherwise, like the splash card is different, and this hand, yeah, this hand's pretty good. I'll keep this. So turn 1 Warp Wave, fetch Forest, and then turn 2 play Star Setted, turn 3 Forgotten Cultivator, and try to go to town with that. And yeah, so I guess this deck has 3 promos now because I've won 3 GPs with 4-color Constance. Man, I'm going to be so sad once Constance rotates out next year. They keep 6, and okay, so the main difference with their deck, other than running blue, is that they're running Summoning Swords. I remember that, so they actually did DM me before GP about building for Constance, and in my opinion, Summoning Swords isn't really what you want in a Constance deck because you're basically trying to play the most efficient thing on curve every turn, and Summoning Swords doesn't do that because you're basically paying 2 mana to, like, you're playing 2 mana attacks on the thing that you're fetching. But yeah, anyways, let's actually start the game, because I just realized that I'm on the play. So, the ramp curve is basically the same as me, so they also have Vault Court Seeker, Starset, and Friends. Since I'm on the play, I do get to drop my Starset first, which is nice, because it means that like if they drop their Starset, I'm the one that gets to offer the trade. And yeah, it seems like this is the Constance Mirror. Forgotten Cultivator. Do I offer the trade? So what's the worst thing that can happen? They remove my Star Setted with something like Archon Condemnation or Drift Off. Well, actually, no, they have Mirrorlight, so running out Forgotten Cultivator and getting Mirrorlight is really bad, in which case, yeah, I should be attacking. Well, either ways, I probably should just, yeah, I should fetch first. Or at least play Forgotten Cultivator first to see what I need to find. And I should get all my colors right now. Forgotten Cultivator, let's see what it flips. I think I appreciate getting more lands. Wild Court Seeker is nice, but I do need to get more lands, and I won't be able to play on curve. That's the problem. So do I take Tree of Tails or Warpray Reigns? I guess it doesn't really matter. The Warpray Reigns, yeah, I'll take Tree of Clues. I mean, not Tree of Tails. That's a different card. And do I offer the trade? Like, they go up to 4 mana. What can they do with 4 mana? Nothing too scary. They can summon swords for another 2-drop, I guess. Yeah, that's not really anything I need to worry about. So let's see if they do trade. Okay, cool. So if they have Mirrorlight, I'm in a bit of trouble because that's a pretty, actually, no, let me double check. Mirrorlight, if they want to Mirrorlight and kill Forgotten Cultivator, Mirrorlight just dies. So if they Mirrorlight plus that top deck and then tap land, okay, they're going to drift off to Forgotten Cultivator. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just play Forgotten Cultivator number 2 and keep drawing cards. New Divide. Okay. Yeah, just run up Forgotten Cultivator and see what I hit. Do I want more lands right now? Not really. I think I'm fine with taking Drift Off. Or actually, how do my colors look? The next turn I'm New Divide, probably fetching white or green. Then Zara pluses to get a land back or something. That's probably what I want to do. I guess I take Drift Off in case they have something scary. Oops. Tree of Tails and pass a turn. Tree of Clues, I mean, I keep saying Tree of Tails for some reason. And they have no plays this turn. Okay, cool. And that's Walking Boneyard. So I guess this is fetching green because this fixes my other 2 colors. Waking Boneyard, I mean. And I just Zar plus, right? That's probably the most efficient thing to be doing, and then I can even get a hit in with Forgotten Cultivator. Yeah, that seems good. Actually, no, I can Zar Mines and get rid of Drift Off. That's probably better than Zar Plussing. Or actually, Zar Plus ramps me towards Grand Constance. Yeah, I think I should Zar Plus then, if that's the case. Oh, where is it? I need Forest, right? Yeah. So Zar, and actually, I guess I'll attack with Forgotten Cultivator first to see what I flip. And that's an Archon. Do I want Archons right now? Or do I want Drift Offs? I can just keep slamming Drift Offs for a bit, and that's quite nice, I think. Yeah, that's probably better than Archon. I mean, probably, like, do I need a big removal threat right now? We already have a Drift Off. Yeah, I guess I don't need this many drift offs. I can just take an Archon. And if I want to get Forgotten Cultivator number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, no, Zara minus, so Zara plus getting back land doesn't actually ramp me towards Grand Consonance next turn because Waking Boneyard is still tapped. So I guess, yeah, I guess I'll minus 0 and get back my Forgotten Cultivator. And that gets me Vasilia. Or actually, do I want Buglemire? I don't need lands right now, right? Because I have Walking Boneyard for next turn. I think I'll just take all of the big threats. Or actually, should I? I don't need all of these big threats right now, right? I already have all these guys in hand. I think I'm fine with taking Fungomire right now. Yeah. So like next turn I play Walking Boneyard tapped and play Archon, or I can Fungomire untapped, and that lets, oh, I can't actually cast Drift Off Kicked. Huh, interesting. Guess I'm playing Archon next turn then. Or maybe taking Vasilia was better there. And nah, I guess if I take Vasilia, then I'm committed to playing Vasilia that turn. Okay, there's Summoning Swords, X equals 3. So this is like what I'm talking about with like Summoning Swords isn't great in Constance because it's inefficient. You're paying 5, you're pulling out a 3-drop on turn 5. So Wild Court Seeker, is Zara killing that? I can either Zara it or just play Archon and be pretty, yeah, I'll just play Archon. It does mean that Summoning Swords could be relevant later on if they animate it. Maybe I should get rid of Summoning Swords just because. Well, I guess the play here is Zara minus, force them to sack something. They're most likely going to sack the Summoning Swords and then I Archon and swing with the 2 Forgotten Cultivators. And yeah, I think that's probably the best play, and I'll go for it. So let's see what they sack. They sack what I expected them to sack. Okay, cool. Archon of Condemnation is going to disable Wild Court Seeker. Unfortunately, that actually is anti-synergistic with Zara because now Zara minus doesn't really do much. I think Zara has already gotten all the value I need out of it, so I'm pretty happy. So yeah, these guys get animated and swing out. So let's see. Yeah, I'll take lands at this point, right? Might as well find all my land drops. And Vasilia or Drift Off. I have Grand Constance lined up. I don't think I need Vasilia. I'll just take Drift Off again, I guess. Yeah, like my goal here is to just land a big threat and then drift off everything that they play. And Waking Boneyard tapped and pass the turn. Also, I just have lethal if they don't have an answer. They probably have Grand Constance. No, they don't actually have Constance mana, right? They do if they play a land this turn. I'll be curious to see what they can flip off Grand Constance that would save them here. Seems like they don't have Constance mana seems like they don't have Constance. Yeah, that's Vasilia. Are they forced to -3 here? Seems like it. Do I have lethal? No, if I took it Vasilia, I think I could have had lethal that turn, right? Like 7/3/3. That's still 1 off lethal actually. So no, I wouldn't have lethal. But okay, so I guess my best play here is to animate the Forgotten Cultivators. Or I could just play Grand Consonance and see what I flip. If I flip a scratch, that probably finds me lethal somehow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's just Grand Consonance. Actually, should I Zar? I can Zar -4 and kill Vasilia. That's probably a decent use of the Zar actually, because it seems like they don't have much left. And then that means that if I flip any more Zars, it's not horrible for me. Although I really do want to flip scratches instead of Zars. You know what? Yeah, sure. I guess I'm fine with the -4. Get rid of Vasilia. Okay, so Grand Constance time. Let's see what's on top. And this is surprisingly not great. Okay, what do I have? Creature, enchantment, land. Or actually land. Actually, does Archons kill them? 5. No, it gets pretty close, but doesn't kill them. But might as well put these guys into play anyways. And so Archon, I guess that's another one of these guys here. So going to combat, I do get to whack them for a bunch again. And the Forgotten Cultivators are kind of nice because, and they just concede. Yeah, they're not going to get past that. So that was pretty good. Post board, they don't actually run that many enchantments, right? They run drift offs. Yeah, I think that's enough to bring in Club Promoter. I can also bring in Succumb to History, which blows up their early mana dorks, but I don't think that's the game plan I want to be playing. I want Bring Down the House. It's good if they get on board before I do, but it's bad if they don't. Maybe I'll bring in one copy or something. What do I take out? Archon was pretty good there. Forgotten Cultivator was actually really good too, but I think since I have Mirrorlight, I don't want to get wrecked by Mirrorlight, so I'll bring out Forgotten Cultivators. And this hand isn't great. I think I mulligan. This hand, yeah, this hand's better. Do I bomb the Grand Consonance? So I have the Curve of Leyline, Elrantha, Archon. I think I bomb Grand Consonance, even though that's like probably the most important card in this matchup. Well, no, it's not. It's not the most important card in this matchup. Grand Consonance becomes relevant way later on. I think getting big early lead is more important, and Grand Consonance is just your big bail out card, so you can like feel free to draw it anytime later on. Warp Braving is fetching black, and then I'll see how my mana works out from there. They have no 2-drops, so that's good for me. Fetch Swamp, Star. Okay, that's a good 5-drop to ramp into. Play Leyline and pass. If they have Wildcourt Seeker, am I going to Archon them instead of playing Elrantha Visionary? Actually, yeah, I think that's probably a good play. Although that turns up Czar for... Oh, they have no 3-drops either. Okay, that's quite unfortunate for them. I'll like keep New Divide, or life doesn't matter too much in this matchup. I think I'm fine with just putting off the decision or putting off the New Divide decision until later on. I get to grab a Fungal Mire, right? This thing is non-creature permanent, so this does fetch lands. I should know this because I played this deck last GP and then won the GP with it. So I have access to 6 mana next turn, and that's 2 mans of any color, so I can play a Kick Drift off if I want. And if they play a single creature, I just Zara minus, and that blows it up, and I think that probably puts me... Oh, Summoning Swords. Yeah, sure. Leyline Channelers. I'll let them untap with this thing. I can play Archon, but does this thing do anything? Oh, it doesn't turn off mana abilities, right? So I guess I just Zar minus just to get Zar in play and swing for 2. That leaves Zar dead to Malicious Skycleaver, right? Let me double check what Malicious Skycleaver says. It doesn't deal damage to Planeswalkers. Okay, it wipes my board, but it leaves Zar alive and Zar can minus to kill it. So the thing that Zar actually dies to is their own Zar, or an Archon of Condemnation. So maybe I don't want to run Zar out just yet. In which case, what do? I can play my own Archon, but again, like there's nothing good to put the enchantment on, and it turns off my own Zar. I can play Star-Studded Flip, but there's like no reason to do that. I can actually wander out. I can wander the Elrantha Visionary. Is that worth it? I think it's probably just better to play out my own Zar, and then if they try to Archon my Zar, I just Archon their Archon or something. Yeah, I think that makes enough sense. So I guess I swing in with Elrantha Visionary and see how they react. Actually, I can just Zar plus, right? Is that better off? Does that leave me better off than Zar minusing and trying to kill one of their things? I mean, I do want to kill their small things, right? I guess the Zar minus could wait. Because Zar plusing at least gets me something, right? I think I'm far ahead on board where I'm comfortable just like Zar minusing to get rid of the Summoning Swords so that future Zars become better. So yeah, this loses really hard against Archon of Condemnation as well as Drift Off. And it seems like that's all they have. So I can just blow up their Drift Off pretty easily. And that leaves them in... Oh, they're also mana screwed. Or I guess they're out plays or something. So I can Drift Off and blow up... Also blow up their Leyline Channelers. Archon of Condemnation turns off everything I care about anyways, right? So I can just... Like, this is... So using Drift Off right now to blow up their guys is probably fine. And I don't actually need colors, right? I'll fetch planes anyways in case I need... Like, in case my board gets wiped and I still want to check Drift Off or something. But anyways, so yeah. Drift Off, let's get rid of both their things. And I guess now that there's like literally nothing in play, I'll just Zar plus and get a 2/2 Forest. Whack them with Elrantha Visionary and pass the turn. Okay, they got 5 mana finally. Do they have their own Zar to... Okay, so they just have to Zar -4 to kill my Zar. Or if they have Archon, they can Archon... No, they can't actually Archon my Zar. And there's Wildcourt Seeker, so they do have Consonance mana now. Do I just kill that thing? You know what? Yeah, I think I should just kill that. Probably like that. That leaves Zar. That makes future Zars a lot better. So what do I do with like? I guess I wandered the Elrond Visionary. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, like Archon's whatever. I probably want to only play Archon when I actually have something to Archon. Doesn't this like? Should I just try to force lethal? Yeah, whatever. I'll just take the value play. And that grabs me Scratch. Can I cast? Yeah, I can cast that. And Scratch will get me Grand Consonance. So if they have a land and last card Grand Consonance in hand, they can try to Consonance and get out of this. They also, I guess they can also summon swords for Malicious Skycleaver or something. No, Skycleaver still leaves Zara alive, so it's not that great. They would need to summon swords for Archon or Vasilia. Alright, unfortunately a single Vasilia doesn't do much against this board. Vasilia gain life. Okay, so I guess I just scratch Grand Consonance, and that probably puts them in the dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should I Zara first? Nah. Like, there's a good chance Grand Consonance flips more removal, so Zara minusing is whatever. I guess I'll Zara plus first. Actually, I think I trust Scratch enough. So I'll Scratch minus, get back Grand Consonance, sack one of the swamps, I guess. Yeah, that sounds about right. And they concede. Okay, so yeah, I match beat them pretty soundly in both games. They got, I guess their draws weren't great. They didn't get the curve that they wanted, and I just stomped all over them because I got ahead on curve. At the same time, like, I feel like this game does kind of showcase the weakness of running summoning swords, because like they spent their entire turn 4 just grabbing a 2-drop, and that's not how you win in this matchup. But I guess summoning swords does get you access to Malicious Skycleaver, so like summoning swords for Malicious Skycleaver basically gets you access to another 7 mana board breaker, which is kind of reminiscent of Silversong Ancient in that it's also a 7 mana board breaker. But I guess like if you like build your deck assuming that Summoning Swords is never going to be cast for anything under X equals 5, then you can like make it good, because if you Summoning Swords for an Archon or something and swing for it with a 7/7 the same turn, then that's fine-ish. But yeah, like I don't know, I'm just not a big fan of Summoning Swords in Consonance. Anyways, that's enough talking. Oh yeah, so that's round 1 won. See you next round, I guess. And hopefully my opponent also does well, because I want Consonance decks to do well.